Hello everyone, good day. I am Sim Bashir, and in this video I'm going to be showing you two experiments. So let us start with our first experiment, the power of bubbles, and we're going to determine the effect of catalysis on chemical reaction rate. So the materials that we're going to need for this experiment are balloon, teaspoon, yeast, sugar, two bottles labeled with yeast and without yeast, and warm water. So let us start with our experiment. So first we're going to put 2 tablespoons of sugar to each bottle. And then after that, we're going to add 3 teaspoons of yeast to our bottle labeled with yeast. Then after that, we're going to add warm water to each bottle. Then we're going to put our balloon to each bottle. Now let us wait for half an hour. So after waiting for half an hour, we can see that our balloon into the bottle with yeast inflated, and nothing happened to our bottle without yeast. And that's because yeast is a fungal microorganism that feeds on sugar and produces carbon dioxide plus ethanol. So as the yeast feeds on the sugar, it produces carbon dioxide gas, and this process is known as fermentation. So the trapped carbon dioxide accumulates inside the balloon, slowly inflating it. So that would be all for this experiment. Now let us move on to our second experiment. For our next experiment, we're going to determine the effect of temperature on chemical reaction rate. And this experiment is called matchstick soaked in water. So from the title of this experiment, what we need, or the materials that we need, are matchsticks, candle, water at room temperature and water, cold water or ice water. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to soak our match stick on room water at room temperature for 1 minute. And then we're going to soak our matchstick to our cold water for 1 minute too. We're going to wait for 1 minute. So while waiting, we're going to light our candle because we will be needing this one for our experiment. So we're going to light it up. So it's been 1 minute and now we're going to try or see what will happen to our matchstick soaked at room temperature. So as we observed, it is lighter or brighter. So now let us see what will happen to our matchstick soaked at cold water. So as I've observed, the matchstick soak in water at room temperature is brighter or more intense than the matchstick soaked in ice water for 1 minute, and that's because chemical reaction occurs faster at higher temperature and slower at lower temperature. That's why matchstick soaked in water at room temperature is brighter than the matchstick soaked in an ice water. So that will be all for our experiment. Thank you.